but the environment's going to be special. I've been up there before for a night game, and it's a pretty special environment. So I know our guys are going to be able to feed off that and have a lot of juice, and looking forward to the challenge.
That game kicks off at 6 p.m. and can be seen on FS1. News on the injury front for the Huskers football team. It was announced yesterday that freshman running back Gabe Ervin Jr. will miss the rest of the season after injuring his knee against Oklahoma. In Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals took both games of their doubleheader against the Cleveland Indians 7-2 and then 4-2. In Game 2, Royals catcher Salvador Perez hit his 46th home run of the season, breaking Johnny Bench's record for most home runs in a single season by a catcher. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good afternoon. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This is the Happy Hour. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. Hello, Rico.
Hello.
How are we doing today?
I am well. How are you?
Not too bad. It's freezing in here.
It is very cold.
You made the good decision to bring the quarter zip today.
Oh, yeah.
I might need that.
I figured I woke up this morning and I looked and it was like 50-something. And I was like, jeans and a quarter zip. It's about that time.
Are you one of those people that are excited for that kind of weather?
I'm just excited to wear my hoodies. I don't care for the cold. I just like wearing hoodies. They're just very comfortable, and I like just having somewhere to put my hands because sometimes I don't know what to do with my hands, so I just kind of just ring them under. I don't know. I'm just holding like a pen or something. I don't know.
All right,
sounds a weird guy.
That's all right. I'm ready for cooler weather. Like this morning, it was perfect. I stepped outside. I stepped outside, and it was perfect. And I'm like, this is how I want it to be throughout the whole winter. But I know that's not going to happen. As always, 402-464-5685, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Sutter Heyman text line. Both those are open for you all hour long, as well as on the Sutter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So a little bit of a preview of the show. Eric Shenander, Tony Tuioti, they talked today. Those are two very important guys heading into this week, especially with Michigan State's running attack.
Yes.
Kenneth Walker, the third, averaging over 8 yards per carry, which is very good, just in case you don't know.
Because that's a first down every 2 carries.
Yes, and their quarterback, Peyton Thorne, he is good enough to make a play if you give him time, where we know this Nebraska front seven is relatively good. Despite not getting to the quarterback and sacking him and resulting in sacks. But they talked about that earlier today. Tony Tuioti talked about it quite a bit today.
I don't want to take anything away from Peyton Thorne, but when you have a running back averaging 8 yards a carry,
yes,
it's a little bit easier on your quarterback.
Exactly.
Because, the defense is on their heels. They don't know if it's going to be a run or a pass, and the runs are working pretty well. So you throw a play action in there, linebackers get sucked up, safeties get sucked up. All of a sudden, you've got wide open guys all over the field. And, it still takes some talent to hit those people, regardless if they're wide open or not. So, again, not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying it's a little bit easier when you have such a talented running game.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Rico. And Peyton Thorne, he is no Adrian Martinez in terms of athleticism or running ability, but he is able to escape the pocket if needed. But like I said, I want to make that very clear. He's no Adrian Martinez or Spencer Rattler. It's not going to be what Nebraska had to deal with Oklahoma. No, it's not going to be like that. He will
keep a play alive in the pocket.
Exactly. And so, but before we get to that,
first things first.
Yeah, let's do that. The first text of the day.
First things first. The first text of the day goes to Don. Congratulations, Don. Going for nothing. Did I get it? # stream living listener. Well, Don, you done did it. I'm proud of you, Don. You are today's winner of nothing.
Yep.
And also a man named Ashley. C is not for chunk. C is for chonk.
Chonk.
Chonk. CHONK. Chonk. Last year was the year of the chonk. This year, is just a regular year. It was also the year of the people last year. This is just a year.
I will give this story about how, so I was making our open and I was looking for random audio to put for Rico, which
you went into my folder.
If you've listened to Rico for at least a week on this station, there is plenty of random audio clips that you can put together, and it'd be perfect for that.
It's true.
I knew mine. I wanted to talk about how I got the Nicky Cuffs.
My man, Nicky Cuffs.
But yeah, so that's why it's the cop car thing for me. But then the first one I clicked on was C is for Chonk. And I was like, this is perfect for Rico. This is exactly what I want our show to be about.
That destroyed my voice when I did that. I had to like lower it and like just get a little gravelly in my throat to sound like Cookie Monster.
You know who doesn't have to lower his voice ever?
Omar Manning.
Which we're not going to play that clip because that can go down a whole rabbit hole.
Goodness.
But man, oh man, we thought Buzzy Carruthers had a great voice, which he does.
I need Buzzy and Omar to do a show.
We can arrange that.
That would be wild.
I do want to mention this. Slow pitch softball playoffs are tonight.
What are we looking?
It's a very important game. Here's the thing: is I'm feeling relatively confident because we got moved down a division.
Proud of you. I'm proud of you for sucking
we
so
only
bad
had one win
that you moved down a division.
So we are the number one seed.
You got relegated.
Yeah, we are the number one seed in that division. The number 2 seed in that division is the one team that we beat this season.
My goodness.
So, but I found out just 3 minutes ago that it looks like we're playing with 9 players tonight. So not
I would say, do you need a guy? But I'm
sorry, Rico. I'm going to have to pass on that one.
Why?
I saw you hit.
I don't need to hit bombs. Look, I'm going to hit it out of the infield. I'm going to get the first, and I'm going to get home if somebody just slaps one out to the outfield.
Oh, just simple as that.
Yeah, very simple.
What
I will
position-
get to first, and then I will get home.
What position would you play on defense?
Just throw me in the outfield.
No. I think you'd be
Why?
catcher.
Throw me in the outfield.
We'll put you at catcher.
Why? I'm fast. I'm going to catch it.
Can you judge a fly ball?
Yes.
402-564-5685. Can Rico judge a fly ball? For those that do
I can judge a fly ball. I'm gonna catch it. Just don't ask me to throw anybody out at home.
There's no way.
I'll hit my cutoff, man.
We might need you to gun somebody down.
I'm hitting the cutoff, man. Then it's on them. See, I can throw it far and I can get it there. I just don't know how accurate it's going to be.
Yeah, we're gonna need.
Look, I'm going from foul pole to foul pole. I'm catching it.
I
got you, bro. I got speed. I mean, I could do that like once because the endurance isn't there anymore. But I got you.
You could be our runner, our pinch runner. Like, because when I get on base, I have no interest in running.
Like, I could do that.
Interesting,
dude. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit it. It's not gonna go very far, but I'm gonna get to first.
It just needs to find some ground.
Yeah, like I'm gonna get to first. Don't worry about it.
All right, Rico, you're in consideration.
I'm not playing.
Okay.
I gotta get home and help with the 2 children.
I got like 4 people on the text line. Okay, now more. I got quite a few people on the text line wanting to.
Jay Stu.
What time you need me tonight?
Jay Stu hits dingers.
Jay Stu, if you truly hit dingers, I might.
Cup screws up for it.
Find me on Twitter. And
Steve plays Wednesday nights, so Steve can go for you.
Steve, congrats on making the finals and good luck tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. We play at 6:15, and then if we win that one, I think it's 8:15.
Hey Steve, when you win, I'm saying when you win, send us a picture tomorrow Thursday with your championship, whatever they give you.
We're going to have a full breakdown of slow pitch softball tomorrow.
Necessary.
And it's going to be good because it'll be the last one of the season. And
unless you win.
No. If we win, we're going to do 8. We play at 8:15.
Oh, so it's 2 games in one night.
It's 2 games, and that's it.
Okay,
that's the way I think it's happening.
I believe in you.
Yeah. So wish us luck, Rico. Let me ask you this: in 2017, do you know what happened on this date?
2017,
the 21st of September. Do you remember?
The 21st of September.
We're giving people flashbacks to our serenation yesterday.
It was great. I feel like I should, but I don't.
It involves Nebraska athletics.
Give me a sport, or would that give it away?
It would give it away. Think a general picture of Nebraska athletics.
2017, September 21st. Yeah, I got nothing.
Sean Eichhorst was fired.
Oh.
And that's when we knew the experiment of Mike Riley was done.
A couple games into the season. Yeah, you're right.
And so I just wanted to take you guys. That should have been a stat of the day. Shucks. Missed.
That's not a stat though. That's just a fact of the day. And I think we actually have a sounder for that. Hold
We
on.
should.
Let me
But
look this
no,
up.
if
you keep talking.
I will. And so I just wanted to take you guys down memory lane and let you remind yourselves that Sean Eichhorst was fired. I remember I was sitting in class actually, and I got the notification on my phone. And in high school, we weren't really supposed to have phones out. Well, my phone went off from the the ESPN notification, and I looked at it and I started clapping because I was pumped.
In class, you were clapping?
Yeah, it was.
People were like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah, and so I think I disrupted class quite a bit, but it was all right. So yeah, Sean Eichhorst was fired. Any look on the fact of the day?
No, I'm getting a lot of factor things.
Okay, that's all right.
Facts.
It's over.
Although the first one to pop up was an Eichhorst quote that says why Iowa game wasn't a deciding factor. So there's that. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I have two of them.
Okay,
let's see
what happens.
We'll see how these sound. All right.
I've never heard this.
This is fact of the day number 1.
Fact of the day.
Damn it, we need Mark as a producer again.
Yeah.
Fact of the day.
There you go.
I hope Mark is in his office listening. It's
been a while since these have played.
That is
so
glorious.
So we'll do the
like
first
the
one.
first
You just
one.
got to say it again.
Okay. Do you know what happened on the 21st of September in 2017?
I do not remember the
Okay.
21st of September 2017.
Well, I have a fact for you.
What is it?
It is that Sean Eichhorst was fired as the Nebraska athletic director, and that is when we found out and realized that the Mike Riley experiment was going to come to an end.
Fact of the day.
Perfect.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys bearing with us. That's
It's a
fine.
learning process. It's okay.
It's all good. Okay. Conspiracy theory time.
Ooh. I do love a good conspiracy.
I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I have one that I thought about probably an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Mel Tucker hates Nebraska.
Really?
I think Mel Tucker hates Nebraska. Now, many people say, why? Why does Mel Tucker?
Why does Mel Tucker hate Nebraska, Nick?
Mel announced today during his press conference that Nebraska requested 2,500 tickets and said, quote, I don't expect there will be one more Husker body in the crowd than that. Why does Mel...
Continue.
Why does Mel Tucker hate Nebraska? 402-464-5685. Send in realistic reasons.
Send in fake reasons.
Fake reasons. Did he want the job back in 2018?
Send in regular reasons. Why does Mel Tucker despise the state of Nebraska and the University of Nebraska-Lincoln Cornhuskers? He was at Colorado for 2 years. He tried to keep Nebraska, keep the red out.
He beat Nebraska in that game in 2019 at Colorado. Half the stadium was full of Husker fans. There's pictures. Does he not want that at Michigan State?
And now he refuses to let Nebraska fans into the woodshed, as they're calling it.
Which, very weird. I don't like that.
I like it. And they're trying to do a stripe out at Michigan State.
I do like
keep
stripe
the red
outs.
out because it's ruining the stripes, which I understand. The stripes would look weird if there was just a patch of red.
I do like stripe. I wish Nebraska, and I've said this before, I wish Nebraska would do it for like basketball games.
Stripe out?
Or something where they're all, we saw it with the Miami Heat a couple, long time ago now in the NBA finals. We saw it where they all wore those white shirts and stuff. Like that stuff is cool in my opinion.
Row by row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wish that Nebraska, not only because you
Doesn't
get a free
Indiana
t-shirt,
do that for every basketball game?
There's I don't know. I'm not sure. They have Mike Woodson now.
I do love me some Mike Woodson.
Hey Terry. This is Coach Mike Woodson.
So yeah,
head coach of the Indiana.
Mel Tucker hates Nebraska. He is petitioning with the fans and the students of Michigan State to not sell any of their tickets to Nebraska fans. They said Nebraska asked for 2,500 tickets, ticket allotment, and they don't want to have any more than that number of Nebraska fans in Spartan Stadium. So Nebraska fans, that is a challenge, and I know how much you guys love challenges.
Well, I think Nebraska's going to. I was looking at StubHub after I read that, and you can get them for $59. So,
okay,
yeah,
challenge accepted. Remember, on this very network, on these very airwaves, we challenged the fans of Nebraska to sell out the spring game. We said you wouldn't do it. And you know what you went and did? You sold it out in like 24 hours. We're very proud of you. So we're doing it again on these very airwaves on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, the Sauter Haven Jewelers video stream, live video stream. We are challenging you, Husker fans. Michigan State wants to keep you out of Spartan Stadium, a.k.a. the Woodshed. 2,500 ticket allotment for the Huskers. Mel Tucker says that's it. No more. There will be no other Husker fans. Well, guess what, Mel Tucker? Guess what? We're coming. We're coming to get you. And I want Husker fans to know that he challenged you. You need to step up to that challenge and take them down. Ruin the stripes. No green and white stripes. I want red. I want red all over that stadium. You hear me? Go out and do it. Go buy all those tickets.
All right, thank you, Rico.
I'm cutting that out.
I was already going to. I'm already going to be ahead of you. So here's some reaction on why Mel Tucker hates Nebraska, the newest conspiracy theory. All right. Rubber Duck from LinkedIn. He hated us so much he beat us twice at Colorado. False. I believe McIntyre was the coach in 2018. I could be wrong on that. But either way, he beat us once in 2019, right?
He is undefeated against Nebraska.
Yeah, and then had to move to the Big Ten to beat us more because he hates us. All right. Because Frost didn't want to be more than friends. I understand that. That could be a valid reason.
Tucker's third cousin lost a fight to Herbie, just what I heard. Oh, man. I hate when my third cousin loses fights to mascots.
I bet would Mel Tucker lose in a fight to Little Red?
Mel Tucker would not lose in a fight to anybody in the Big Ten. Pat Fitzgerald and Mel Tucker are, if you put those two on a team, if that's a tag team, they win. No matter what. Have you seen their arms?
Yeah, but would Mel Tucker lose in a fight to Little Red?
No, Mel Tucker wins.
Dude, Little Red able to absorb those punches.
Little Red is losing to everyone because Little Red is garbage.
Interesting.
Herbie would put up a decent fight, but I still think Mel Tucker wins that fight.
Okay. Cubsker, he knows how awesome and loud Husker fans are from Colorado days and doesn't want to lose the home field advantage. That's a realistic reason, yeah.
He's scared of it turning into Lincoln North, says Brian T.
And then last but not least, Scott Frost stole Mel Tucker's girlfriend. I don't think that actually happened.
Back when they were in high school. The worst.
How wild.
How dare he?
Scott.
How dare you, Scott?
You stole my girlfriend.
I'm going to coach anywhere that you have to face, and I'm going to win.
But I'm not going to be in the same division as you because I don't want to play you every year.
I don't want that.
All right. Well, thank you, guys.
Also, Lincoln North is just Northwestern, so it'll be like Lincoln North.
Yeah, because Wisconsin probably not.
Northwestern is just anywhere. Like they don't fill their own stadium, so it's fine.
Unnamed texter, why the hate for Little Red? That's what I'm saying, bro. He could just absorb those punches.
Because
Dance
Little
on
Red
the head, Mel Tucker. You know how confused Mel Tucker would be?
Because Little Red is garbage. That is the only reason. No. He's weird. I don't like him. Old school Herbie, yes, you're right. Would run circles.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Pat Fitzgerald and Mel Tucker, I'm still taking them over anybody.
I love old school Herbie,
except for the South Florida Bull. He's jacked. That's a mascot.
The Skur Swami says Mel Tucker is triggered by the color red. Let's hope he doesn't see the 2,500 fans wearing red in the
stadium.
More
than 25. Let's get it.
Okay, let's do this. Over under on Husker fans. 6,500.
Hold on, I have to see what there's.
It's like 75,000.
75,000?
Yep. 6,500 over under.
6,500 over.
10,000.
That seems decent.
That
maybe
seems like a lot.
Maybe a little high.
See,
I might put the cap at 12.
Ooh.
I think under 12. I think that's where I'd put the number. I think under.
Interesting.
I'm gonna need somebody during or after the game. I need you to count every Husker fan. Please and thank you.
Don't.
Whoever's going to this game, count every Husker fan. Please and thank you. Let me know.
I don't think. No. See, here's my thought process. 10 hours is a far drive.
It's not that bad.
For just a weekend, it's a far drive. Plus,
yeah, but it's a football game. It's against a top 20 opponent.
Yeah, but
it's following a very good game against a top 5 opponent. It's a possible upset for Nebraska. It's a possible, righting of the ship, if you don't consider Oklahoma righting of the ship and just kind of steering back into a little bit towards the path of greatness or goodness.
Yeah.
This could be a righting of the ship game if they happen to win.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of implications with this game. The start of the Big Ten, the real Big Ten schedule. Illinois doesn't count.
Yeah, this game is huge, and we talked about it yesterday. We'll talk about it a little bit tomorrow with Erin Sorensen of Hail Varsity when she joins us. But I think, like I said this after the Oklahoma game, I told my buddies that I went down there with, I was like, 6 hours is like the max that I'll drive for a weekend getaway. It was maybe because the drive is boring.
Were you by yourself?
No, it was me and a couple buddies that drove down there, and like it was fine. But it really sucked driving down there on Friday evening. And maybe if I would have gotten up there Friday morning, that would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
But like Friday evening would have, that we got in at like 11:45 and then we left Sunday at like 9:30. So like, the quick turnaround driving that, like the 6.5 hour drive or whatever.
Yeah, it's just getting there later. But if you would have left Friday morning and got there like midday ish,
it probably would have been better.
It would have been fantastic. You'd have been able to, walk around for a little bit, eat some dinner at some local establishment, and then stay in the hotel, go to the game, and then leave. You'd had a little bit of time in Norman.
I just think 10 hours is a far.
It also
drive.
probably didn't help that the game was at 11.
Yeah,
would it have been better if the game was at like 2:30, like a midday game? I know you would have had to leave.
I would have
later.
hated. I think I am against midday games.
Really?
You either want
morning or
night?
I like
11 a.m. or I like night games.
I don't mind midday games. It's nice because you get to watch a couple games that you have no involvement in or very little involvement in or need to watch, and then you get your game that you're very interested and very invested in, and then you get the later game. So it's just like you get to watch football all day and you only mind the middle block. Unless, of course, you lose, then it ruins everything. But if you lose in the morning, it ruins everything.
See, but like Saturday wasn't ruined, in my opinion.
Well, that's because they played a good game. Was Illinois? It was a morning game. Did that ruin your rest of your day?
Well, the rest of the day was already ruined because it was week 0 and there were no other good games.
Ruined the rest of my day.
It was just like pile on top of it.
Okay, so let's say that happened in week 1. Would have ruined the rest of your day.
Yes, because it would have been
exactly.
It would have been Nebraska.
Well, no, I'm just saying if it was Illinois.
Okay.
If it's week 1, you have the rest of the day. There's still football. If you lose to Illinois week 1, it ruins the rest of your day. 11 a.m. games are okay. Midday games are pretty great. Late night games are fantastic. Although Scott Frost, not a fan of late night games.
They are not. If you heard Rico's fantastic sports update, I'm getting this off the text line as well. Why it's a me problem for not leaving earlier. I worked. Yeah. I worked on Friday.
He was here.
I did the show. I produced for like 2.5 hours for DP's show, and then Big Sky came in and covered me. So that's why I didn't get out of here till about 5. So you think
how dare you have a job?
I would have loved to go up Thursday night. I would have loved to go up Thursday night and hung out.
How dare you have a job that gave you credentials to be on the field?
Good point. Yeah. Good point there. Yeah. That was the the deal is I have to work Friday.
It's a win-loss.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We'll take a break here shortly. When we come back, like I said at the start of the show, Tony Tuioti and Eric Shenander talked a little bit today. We'll also talk about the running backs. How concerned are you guys now with the running backs with Gabe Ervin out? Because we found out today that Gabe Ervin had surgery earlier today and is going to miss the season. And so how concerned are you guys there? What should Nebraska do with that situation? Should they go with the committee style? Should they just stick with whoever's hot hand like they have been doing? We want to hear your thoughts. 402-464-5685. We'll get to Tony Tuioti, Eric Shenander, Scott Frost, and the running back room all next here on the Happy Hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
We'll see mostly sunny skies and cool conditions here for our Tuesday, topping out at around 72. A north-northwest wind at around 10 to 15. Clear and a bit chilly tonight. We'll drop down to 43 for the low. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, staying rather cool with a high of 71. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
The weather has changed, and now it's time to adjust your footwear to change along with it. Stop into Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q to get ready for cooler temperatures and fashion trends. They're stocked with Hey Dudes, Brooks, New Balance, Danner boots, Keen or Merrill hiking boots, and plenty of other options. Plus, they have Nordic beach jackets and bindle tumblers to take to the gym with your new athletic shoes. So get to Brown's Shoe Fit today at 66th and Q.
The decision to replace your air conditioner will save or waste money for 15 to 20 years. Bryant offers some of the most efficient ACs available, up to 26 SEER. Schedule your free estimate at BryantLincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. In 2013, I first came across Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville, and I've been a customer ever since. What's kept me coming back to Koppel is the people. Oftentimes, owner Bob Koppel and his son Brandon are right there with you in the showroom, walking you through the process. There's no runaround at Koppel. It's a hardworking Nebraska company built on honest, small-town values. So make that short drive to Louisville or visit them online at koppelcars.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the sidetrack band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
We're gonna eat pizza from Casey's and watch the football games. Yeah, enjoy the season with delicious Casey's pizza. 2 tasty pizzas for big game days.
Now at Casey's, you can get 2 large single-topping pizzas with delicious made-from-scratch dough for $9.99 each with promo code DOUBLE.
Casey's here for good. Yeah!
Nguyen Vape is celebrating their grand opening with 20% off products all month long. They have the largest disposable vape selection in town and also carry Delta 8 and Delta 10 and various other moon rocks. If you're looking for help to relax, sleep, or ease pain, they have a variety of gummies you can choose from and Kratom that could help with pain relief, anxiety, and stress. You can't miss them right on the southwest corner of 27th and O Street. Nguyen Vape, your headquarters in Lincoln for vapes and Delta 8 or 10.
Now back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Previewing Michigan State. A couple days away. My microphone is messed up again. Okay, we're good. Yes, we're all good.
Okay.
All right. I mentioned this and I previewed it before the break. Justin Thin of 24/7 Sports in East Lansing will join us on Thursday to preview the Spartans. But let's do a little bit right now already. So the running game, right?
Yes, sir.
It's been a concern going into the season. You didn't know who was going to emerge. We never got told who was emerging.
We're never really told who the starter was. It seemed like it was Gabe Irvin because he started the first game, the first
first 2 games. Yes, sir.
First 2 games. And then they switched it to Marquise Stepp for the 3rd game and then Ramir Johnson for the 4th game.
And
it's very confusing.
And I said it yesterday. There was a definite I was sitting next to a couple other radio guys in Norman, and it was, is that Ramir Johnson out there? And it was, oh my God, that's Ramir Johnson out there.
Probably
what?
The running back of the 3-4 that we mentioned, probably most definitely the running back with the slightest frame.
Yep. But he ran between the tackles all right.
He ran fantastically. He was running into people and getting yards after contact, which is not really something you would have expected if you would have just looked at him. He's been here for a couple of years, and he seemed to be buried on the depth chart to start the season. I know everybody was talking about the top 3, and then Jacques Yant was getting a lot of run, and you didn't really hear much from Ramir Johnson. You saw Marvin Scott for a couple of games. So seeing him start and get a bulk of the carries was very surprising. But like you said, he was running between the tackles really well. He was showing that burst when he went to the outside or when he got some type of open space. So it was really good to see Ramir Johnson running against Oklahoma. I'm not 100% sure how well he would do against the Big Ten talent.
Very good point. And the way that the staff has kind of explained it to us, and if you are just joining us or just tuning in for the day, Gabe Ervin had surgery earlier today, and he will miss the rest of the season. So now that's why this kind of is being brought up, even more importantly now, is because they have to replace the highly touted freshman that came in and
who was showing some burst. And
he showed excitement. There was definitely promise there with Gabe Ervin, even though he hadn't really busted out a big one like we're all hoping, right?
He had a couple decent double-digit yardage runs.
Yes.
But it was fantastic because, he'd run, and the way that he would get up after he would run, he was getting up, he's rolling his shoulders forward, and he's just kind of flexing. It's good to see that level of excitement and want to, and I'm trying to think of the word, just bravado from a running back. So seeing a freshman at that, seeing how he would run against people and how excited and how hyped he was to finish some of those runs. And he wasn't shy away from contact. He was running right into folks, and he seemed big enough to do it. So it's really sad to see him go down, especially non-contact injury. Like they said, he had surgery today, and on that run, he had green grass if he would have. If he wouldn't have got hurt.
There was definitely daylight there. So Ramir Johnson was clearly the featured back on Saturday, like we talked about. Had 11 carries, 42 yards. Not the best stats, but like I said yesterday, is Nebraska stuck with it long enough to where it opened up some things for Adrian Martinez in the passing game with that Vokalek play, that play to Ramir Johnson, even the play towards the end of the ball game with Xavier Betts down the far sideline. Like that stuff opens up and is available because you somewhat stick with the run throughout the course of the game, even when the stat sheet isn't saying it's working.
You can throw out of those looks. You show different looks. You show the movement that you go with a couple run plays. You do the same thing, and all of a sudden the quarterback drops back. They're expecting a run because you ran it a couple times at them already. So it would really open things up, despite, like you said, not being very successful. Although Ramir was so close to breaking a few. If he had one extra block, broke one extra tackle, he had some long runs in there.
Yeah, and so the way that this coaching staff, more specifically Scott Frost, has said that they are deciding each week who is going to be the featured or the quote-unquote starter each week is who practices the best. And he said this last weekend. He said that after the Oklahoma game, and he said it on Monday, that Ramir just had the best week of practice for a while. And you hear something like stacking days. That's been a common theme or common mantra from this team. So yesterday in Scott Frost's press conference, he was asked, what did that week of practice look like for Ramir last week?
Yeah, we're grading everything right now at a couple positions to make sure that the guys that deserve to play are playing. And Ramir's had not just one good week. He's been practicing well for a long time, and we gave him a shot. I thought he took advantage of the opportunity. He ran hard. He ran fast. I'm sure he'll be in the mix again this week.
And so you go back and you say, okay, so Ramir, not really a guy that we've heard a lot about this season through the first 3 games. Not a lot of talk about Ramir Johnson. But if that's true of what Frost is saying, and Ramir is stacking good weeks of practice on top of other good weeks of practice, then you can't really complain with what's going on. The other guys in that room, Sevion Morrison, his season stats, 18 carries, 56 yards. He had 2 scores, I believe, in that one game. Marquise Stepp, the USC transfer, has really been, through the first 3 games, was kind of the main back despite not starting. 30 carries, 128 yards on the year, 1 score for Marquise Stepp. So after the game, obviously Gabe Ervin got hurt in the Oklahoma game. Ramir Johnson, after he walked out of the locker room, spoke to a couple of us, and I asked him, I said, so what do you guys have to do now that Gabe Ervin is out? And what do you guys as a unit have to do? And there was a part in here that he really, that I pulled away. This isn't a very long quote that he didn't really answer me in a long form. However, he said something very interesting to me that I kind of stuck out to me. And here's what Ramir Johnson had to say.
We just got to come together, keep balling out like we've been doing, pick the pace up. We're going to ride with Gabe. That's our guy. We're just going to keep balling. That's all we can do.
So pick the pace up. Something simple like that kind of told me that Ramir Johnson might be a leader in this running back room.
You think?
Yeah. And that's where I had that thought in my mind of who is the leader in this room.
Speed difference?
I don't know if it's that or because he's kind of been one of the longer tenured running backs in this running back room.
He is a redshirt freshman. I don't know if that accounts for the COVID year.
Mm-hmm.
So he could, 2 or 3 years in the program. I'll have to get that locked down exactly. So he has knowledge of the playbook.
Other than the other guys with like Marquise Stepp and obviously Gabe Ervin and Sevion, because I believe Ramir came in the class before Sevion, if I remember correctly. Either way, it kind of made me realize that maybe Ramir is the leader now in this room.
Ramir Johnson got here in 2019. He was a true freshman.
And I believe Sevion was in 2020.
Savion was 2020.
Yeah,
because he was a freshman. Yeah, Savion was a freshman last year. Didn't play because a highly touted freshman because of injuries, and he also had COVID for a short time and didn't really recover from it.
Yeah, and so we'll talk about this a little bit more in depth with Erin tomorrow when she's on at 2:30, like she will be every Wednesday. But I'm just curious on, it is concerning. We're getting this on the text line. I saw it a little bit earlier in the show, and Dave Dipple just sent this one in. Is why isn't Stepp playing? Why didn't Stepp play in Oklahoma?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. And according to the coaches, the way that they decide who plays and who doesn't play is how they play in practice. So
what they did in the first game.
guess,
that's why you didn't see Xavier Betts, which very concerning. But
yeah, and I guess that's what we'll just have to chalk it up to. We don't have any other information on why Stepp wouldn't play. You assume that he's healthy until we hear otherwise.
And I get
it's not like he was in a boot. He wasn't in crutches.
No.
And I'm not going to sit here and say that there's other problems going on when it could have been as simple as he just had a bad week of practice and they felt more confident in a game against a Big 12 opponent like Oklahoma, who is a little more athletic on defense than some of the other Big 10 defenses, I should say. A little smaller, maybe. Maybe they chose to go with a guy like Ramir Johnson, number one, because he had a really good week of practice, and then Sevion Morrison as well, who might be a little quicker than Stepp.
Savion only got 1 carry, so.
Exactly, good point there. And so, okay, then throw in Gabe Ervin into that mix as well. So, and I'm not going to sit here and say that that's the reason why, but what we can only go off of right now is assume that he had a bad week of practice and they didn't feel like he was ready to play.
That is what the coaches have been telling us is playing time is based off of how you practice that week. And I get that. Yeah. I completely understand that if somebody isn't working hard in practice or they're taking practices off, you want to show them like this is what happens if you're not taking this serious every single day. I understand. But at the same time, if those players give you the best chance to win, I mean, maybe, sit him down for a quarter, sit him down for a half. But I think Marquise Stepp would have helped this team. I'm not a coach. I don't know what's going on in practice. I don't know what's going on inside the coach's heads. I don't know what's going on inside Marquise Stepp's head, if he's in the right headspace to run or whatever. But to me, I believe that he would have given this team a better chance to win, not over any of the other running backs. I just think if you would have included him in the running back rotation, you gave him a few carries, him running into people and tiring people out just by being bigger than others would have helped this team to open up bigger running lanes for Ramir Johnson.
Well, it may have been able to get a bruiser
just tire him out, maybe like, I don't want to tackle this next play. I kind of hurt my shoulder trying to tackle that big back on the last one. So again, I don't know what's going on in the practice facilities. I don't know what's going on inside the coaches' heads or the players' heads. To me, I think it would have helped to have Marquise Stepp running the ball, but I understand sitting somebody down for not working as hard as you believe that they should be working when it comes to their talent level or what you're asking them to do.
Yeah, and so that's where I want to hear from you guys. 402-464-5685. How should Nebraska handle this? How do you want to see Nebraska handle this? Is it go with whoever, the week-by-week approach as they're doing right now, right? Or would you like to see more of a committee style where they're going in and saying all of our guys are going to play? But we saw that last year, and it didn't really work all that well either. And so you're kind of just, palms facing up saying whatever we got to try to find some rhythm, we might just have to do that.
Mm-hmm. We do have a call. I did move it up before Mark got here, so we don't know who this is, but
okay.
Caller, you are on the happy hour. Can we get a name?
Yeah, my name is Pat Clare.
Hey,
Hi, Pat.
And I'm supposed to meet Derek Pearson at 3:00, and I can't find your place. I thought you. It said 3:30 north.
Yep, Pat. I'm gonna give you a phone number to call. All right.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good, man. 402-464-5611. All right.
Good.
All right,
All right.
Pat. Have
Thanks,
a good
Pat.
rest of your day.
Well, that happened.
Only on the happy hour. Name any other show on this station.
I moved it up because Mark is in his office with DP, and I don't know. So I was like, I'll just move it up so he doesn't have to leave his office. And then he came out here and he didn't get it because I had moved it up, so it stopped ringing.
James has this on the text line, and I was going to get to the defense, but if you guys want to continue talking about running backs, we can go ahead and do this. James says this serious question here. So do you think that they are doing that rotation so that no one gets upset and transfers? Serious question. Here's what I have to say in response to that. If that's the way that this coaching staff is approaching this, and I'm going to try to say this as not professional, but as calm as possible. That says something about your running back room and the guys in the running back room. That is not good, in my opinion.
If you're trying to keep people from transferring.
If that's what the approach that you're going with here, if that's what you're going with and saying that, okay. If that's what you're going with and saying that you're just playing guys and on a rotation, and if they're going to be happy with only getting one carry, that's not good. That's not a good look, in my opinion, because these guys, every guy on Nebraska's team should want to compete.
Yeah.
And if you're lacking that, then that's bad.
Yes.
And
I mean,
that's not good.
I don't know if you guys heard Sipple on Tom and Bach earlier, but Sipple and a lot of people actually thought that Ramir Johnson was a prime candidate to enter the transfer portal before the season started because he had been here for 2 years and he hadn't really gotten his shot. So people thought, with the talent that they brought in with Gabe Irvin and all the talk that he's getting, they brought in a transfer in Marquise Stepp. They brought in Jacques Yant. Marvin Scott seems to be getting a couple carries here and there. People believe that Ramir Johnson was going to transfer, but he stuck with it. He got his chance, and he's showing, stacking days and showing out in practice can get you a shot in a big game like against Oklahoma. So I don't think they're doing the rotation to keep anybody from transferring. I think that they believe if somebody wants to transfer, they'll end up transferring regardless of if they get their carries or not. Mm-hmm. So I think what they're doing at the rotation is I believe they're really trying to go with whoever has the best week in practice, whoever has the hot hand. But my issue with that is maybe somebody has a bad week in practice, but they get into the game and they start showing out.
You don't know, some dudes practice bad. They're just not good in practice.
You don't know who has the hot hand unless you try them out. Like who's to know Marquise Stepp's first carry wouldn't have gone 50 yards?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it could have happened. It could have not happened. He could have lost yards, but you don't know because he never got in the game.
Yeah.
So riding the hot, I have an issue with riding the hot hand if you don't give a person a chance to show you that they're hot.
Yeah, and I guess to wrap up on James' question of, are they just trying to keep guys here by just playing them? I can't think of any other word to describe what that situation would be, and I'm not implying that this is the running back room because I truly don't think it is. But a part of me thinks that would imply that the running back room is soft. I don't want
if they believe that they're going to
that's-
transfer if they don't get their carries.
Yes, like not like the
Like you're not saying that they're soft, but
because I don't think they are. But
thinking that if somebody doesn't get their carries,
yes, that they're that quick to transfer.
Yes.
Like I can't think of another word to describe what that would feel like, but that would just make it feel like the running back room is just soft and it's guys that really don't want to be here.
I don't think that's true at all.
And I don't think that's true. I totally agree with you.
And we do have somebody that said, where did it go? I may be remembering a different running back, but didn't Stepp have some pass blocking issues in the third game? I really feel Yant needs to be that back on the jumbo package within 2 to 3 yards.
I'm starting to think Yant is about a year away.
Yeah, I think they're still trying to maneuver Yant to the weight loss and getting him more prepared for getting in a game and his conditioning and really everything. I don't think that their jumbo package includes a fullback. Their jumbo package includes 3 tight ends, which includes Teddy Prohaska at tight end, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And
but I know in the running back room, the guys who are the best at pass blocking were Gabe Irvin and Savion Morrison. Ramir Johnson was doing a really good job in pass blocking, and on that run by Adrian Martinez for the touchdown, he really got out there and lowered his shoulder into somebody. So the younger guys are really good at pass blocking. I don't know about Marquis Stepp. I can't speak on him. I didn't see him pass block.
Yeah. So, and I guess it's just interesting. And I'm a huge Jock Yant fan. I want to put that out there. I love Jock Yant. I want him to be a running back in Nebraska. So, after that call, Don says, I have a question. Who is pitching for the Cubs tonight? Well, Don, let me tell you here.
Who's pitching for the Cubs tonight?
The Cubs. I'm a Cubs fan and I don't even know. They're bad. Their record is 67-83.
All right, we'll get to who's
they're pitching Alec Mills. So they're losing. All right, let's take a final timeout. We'll come back, talk about the defense a little bit, and wrap up Tuesday's show here on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The decision to replace your air conditioner will save or waste money for 15 to 20 years. Bryant offers some of the most efficient ACs available, up to 26 a year. Schedule your free estimate at BryantLincoln.com.
Nguyen Vape is celebrating their grand opening with 20% off products all month long. They have the largest disposable vape selection in town and also carry Delta 8 and Delta 10 and various other moon rocks. If you're looking for help to relax, sleep, or ease pain, they have a variety of gummies you can choose from and Kratom that could help with pain relief, anxiety, and stress. You can't miss them right on the southwest corner of 27th and O Street. Nguyen Vape, your headquarters in Lincoln for vapes and Delta 8 or 10.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. In 2013, I first came across Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville, and I've been a customer ever since. What's kept me coming back to Koppel is the people. Oftentimes, owner Bob Koppel and his son Brandon are right there with you in the showroom, walking you through the process. There's no runaround at Koppel. It's a hardworking Nebraska company built on honest, small-town values. So make that short drive to Louisville or visit them online at koppelcars.com.
Tailgating is back, and Sartor Heyman Jewelers is offering a deal that'll really fire you up. Receive a free Traeger grill with a purchase of $2,500 or more. Take advantage of interest-free financing with no money down. Sartor Heyman has dazzling jewelry in every price range, so buy her the diamonds she's been dreaming of and get instantly rewarded with a free Traeger grill. Offer ends soon, so hurry in and get them while they're hot. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone. And Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 2nd. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up, and if you mention the ticket, you'll get a 50% discount. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting October 2nd with 2 locations in Lincoln. Century Electric is now hiring for experienced licensed electricians. This position will serve around the Lincoln area on both commercial and residential jobs. Century Electric is well established with 40 years in operation. It offers a substantial hiring bonus as well as tons of benefits. For more information or to apply, go online to centuryelectric.com and click the careers tab or call them at 402-467-5550. Come work for a great company today with Century Electric, whose commitment is always to their customers.
Now back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here one final time on the happy hour. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Shout out Industry, baby. It's been an interesting show, more specifically that last segment. I apologize for losing it. You guys are funny on the text line, and
You guys got jokes.
there was one time that I looked down at my laptop in the middle of a thought. I read the text and I looked at Rico.
Y'all got jokes.
And I started laughing.
You guys
So,
are funny. Keep it going.
It happened a couple days ago with Joe the plumber. We're not talking about
Joe.
that. We're not talking about that either. And so, also, yeah, the conspiracy theory, I think it's true. Mel Tucker hates Nebraska. We got this question from Brian T earlier in the show. If Rico and I were going to be going to G Herbo on October 1st,
Gerbo.
It's free admission. Here's the thing. I kind of want to, just because I'm excited for Husker basketball, like very excited.
Like, I want to watch the game. I don't really care about the G Herbo concert afterwards.
You don't like G Herbo?
I don't care for G Herbo.
I
don't mind G
What if
Herbo.
Lil Nas was at? Would you go if
I'm
Lil
going.
Nas
I'm going.
to hear
100%.
Our show was full of it, Lil Nas today. We had the Industry Baby like normal, but then that second one,
It was new, if you guys couldn't tell.
It was new. I made it at
For the
11 a.m.
For the loyal listeners of the happy hour.
Yeah.
They would know.
I made it at 11 a.m. That's his new song. That's What I Want. So it's actually pretty catchy. So, all right, let's go back to Nebraska football. We got a couple minutes left. I want to get to some stuff that Eric Shenander said. There was something that, yeah, they played relatively well on defense on Saturday. We all can agree on that. One thing that they probably could have done better was tackle better. And
oh, buddy.
But he had a really good quote today, Shenander, that he said that guys can fall into a trap when they hear that they played well over the weekend. And so he felt like they left something out there. And so here's what Eric Shenander had to say about kind of just the overall, his thoughts on how Saturday went for his squad.
Yeah, I think that, you fall into a trap a little bit sometimes, right? When somebody says, well, hey, good job. You guys played well against Oklahoma. And you can be like, yeah, we did. Or you can look at the film and be objective and say, that wasn't as good as we are. Because we had a chance to do some really special things, I think, on Saturday. They did play good. The kids played really hard. The assistant coaches and the players did a great job in preparation this week. The kids' effort was unbelievable. But I think they all know that there's more out there. We could have fit a couple things better. We could have tightened things up a little bit. We could have got off the field a little earlier on that last drive. But those kids realize that when you set out a goal and you want to do something, you can't just be satisfied with, you guys played good. We need to get this thing airtight.
And so that's a really good quote, in my opinion, about getting things airtight. It means that they're disciplined on defense, which is something that Nebraska needs, right? They need one side of the ball to be as disciplined as ever, because it seems like in recent weeks, and maybe this wasn't the case with Oklahoma, but it certainly could be this weekend against Michigan State, that the margin of error that Nebraska can handle is very slim, right? And Tony Tuioti talked today about, and Casey Rogers is close. He feels like he's 90-95% this week. But
very important to get somebody like him back. He is great at breaking through the line and getting behind the line of scrimmage, whether it's to stop the run or to break up the pass and sack the quarterback.
Yeah, and part of that's the pass rush. And this will be the last clip that we play here. And part of it's the pass rush. And this is a little bit of a longer clip because you'll hear another question. There's two questions to this one. How they kind of evaluate a successful pass rush. And then, a lot of the complaints that this defense has had over the last couple weeks is that they're not sacking the quarterback. And how can they still make an impact without just having to sack the quarterback? And so Tony Tuioti awesome guy to listen to talk football. That's what here's what his thoughts were on the pass rush.
Yeah, it's a big emphasis for us to get to the quarterback. You know, there's a lot that's involved in it. The rushing coverage got to work together. You know, we got to try to affect the quarterback as much as we can. If the ball's coming out in 3 steps, not much we're going to be able to do to get to him at that point. So the rhythm and the changing of the quarterback's drops and throws, you know, kind of affects the rush in that point too as well. But we had our opportunities last week against Oklahoma. Got out of the trap for us a few times. But, you know, that's something that's definitely an area of improvement for us. We got to do a great job of knowing for the edge rushers, the inside guys, to make sure that we squeeze the pocket there so he can escape. So that's one of the things that we're definitely trying to improve this week.
If it's not a sack, how else do you, evaluate if it was a successful pass rush?
Yeah, just pressure. You know, we talk about affecting the quarterback, which is getting our hands up in the windows, batting the ball down, making the quarterback throw sooner than he wants to, disrupting the timing, trying to always, you know, get to a point where we can squeeze the pocket where the quarterback's throwing the football out of the well, so there's a lot of air under it, so our guys get a chance to get an interception. So it's a lot of different ways that we can affect the pass game in more ways than just getting a sack.
And they're going to have to do that this week, you know, with a relatively high success rate. Kenneth Walker, I just saw this thing from PFF College on Twitter. Most missed tackles forced on runs in week 3. Kenneth Walker leads with 20.
He's not the shiftiest, he's not the strongest, but he's got great eyes and great feet, and he will make you miss. So you have to wrap up. You got to grab some cloth, and you got to gang tackle multiple people to the ball. Very important.
Good show today, Rico. It was a lot of fun. Had a couple twists and turns there.
It's fantastic.
Drumstick says this on the text line. Lil Nas is hot water garbage.
Drumstick, you're
not
hot
good.
water garbage.
Aaron Sorensen of Hail Varsity will join us at 2:30 tomorrow. We'll continue breaking down Michigan State. We'll talk to you then.
Adios.
Talk to your local Landmark CTS about John Deere Planter Performance.